Introduction. This review examines The Fold by Peter Clines, a science fiction novel that blends mystery, character study, and high-concept speculation. The story follows Mike Erikson, a man with extraordinary cognitive abilities, who is asked to assess a government-funded experiment involving instant travel. The book begins with a grounded tone, but its implications expand steadily as the truth behind the project becomes clearer. The central concept. The novel focuses on a device called the Albuquerque Door. The team behind it insists that it simply folds distance and allows an object or person to step from one location to another. Early demonstrations seem successful, which gives the project an air of legitimacy. However, small inconsistencies accumulate around the edges of these demonstrations. These inconsistencies guide the narrative into the larger questions the book raises about identity, science, and consequences. Mike Erikson as a protagonist. Mike is portrayed as someone who wants to avoid attention. His abilities make him ideal for uncovering subtle problems that others miss. His photographic memory and analytical thinking allow him to examine situations with precision, and his observations become the main tool through which the story develops. The book presents him as someone who carries the weight of his gifts rather than flaunting them, which makes him an effective anchor for the mystery. The research team. The research group behind the Albuquerque Door consists of scientists with contrasting temperaments and motivations. Their interactions form a significant part of the tension. Some members appear confident, others guarded, and each one seems to be withholding information. The dynamic within the team raises early questions about their ethics and the degree to which they understand their own creation. Tone and pacing. The novel's first half progresses methodically. The pacing allows the reader to process each discrepancy Mike uncovers. The tone resembles a technical audit wrapped inside a character-driven mystery. As the investigation deepens, the atmosphere takes on a sense of unease. Ordinary events begin to feel slightly misaligned, and the book uses this slow accumulation of irregularities to prepare the ground for its dramatic escalation. Shift into high-stakes territory. When the book reveals the true nature of the door, the story moves decisively into high-stakes territory. The consequences reach far beyond travel technology, and the scale of the problem transforms into something far more complex than the team anticipated. Clines builds this transition with enough foreshadowing that the change feels earned, even when the scope widens sharply. Links to the Threshold universe. Readers familiar with Clines' novel 14 will recognize that The Fold belongs to the same shared universe. Knowledge of 14 is not required, but familiarity enhances many of the revelations. The connections become more apparent as the story reaches its final chapters, and they provide a broader context for the events Mike witnesses. Themes. The novel examines several ideas. It explores the hazards of ambition when scientific progress outpaces understanding. It considers the tension between secrecy and responsibility in government-funded research. It raises questions about the stability of identity when physical laws are pushed beyond their limits. It also looks at the personal cost of extraordinary mental ability and the difficulty of living with talents that separate a person from ordinary experience. Strengths. The book excels at blending mystery with speculative science. It maintains clarity even as the stakes grow more complex. Mike's perspective gives the narrative a steady and intelligent rhythm. The gradual build-up of tension makes the later developments more impactful. The final act reframes the earlier chapters in a satisfying way. Criticisms. Some readers may find the early pacing slower than expected. A few characters in the research team feel less developed than others. The tonal shift between mystery and high-concept science fiction may feel abrupt to readers seeking a single consistent mood. The ending resolves the central problem but may feel intense compared to the quiet opening chapters. Conclusion. The Fold stands out as a thoughtful science fiction novel that mixes investigation, speculative technology, and unsettling implications. It offers a clear central mystery, a protagonist with genuine depth, and a payoff that expands far beyond its initial premise. It is well suited to readers who enjoy grounded science fiction that grows steadily more ambitious as the truth unfolds.